What's going on, everybody? BD Anthony here. In this video, I'm going to tell you the movies that I've watched and talk a little bit about what it's about and talk about the little facts about the movie. Let's get started. And the first movie I watched was Cruising, directed by William Friedkin, who directed The Exorcist and The French Connection. And this movie stars Al Pacino, and Al Pacino plays as a cop who goes undercover and goes to these gay bars to find a killer who's luring the gay men out of these bars and killing them. And while he goes undercover, he starts to get deeper into subculture and starts to identify himself into that subculture as well. And on top of that, he acts weird around his girlfriend as well because of going undercover. I honestly think this was a great movie, despite the controversy of that film. The controversy meaning during the making and after its release, there were people of the gay community protesting against this movie. I got nothing against gays, or any people of LGBTQ for that matter, but I did really love this film. And you can't go wrong with Al Pacino. How can you not like Al Pacino? He plays every great film and great character in the movie, especially this. And I don't care what Rotten Tomatoes percentage was. I thought it was well done film, a great slasher film. And a lot of familiar faces on top of that. We got Paul Sorvino from Goodfellas, Karen Allen from Indiana Jones, Ed O'Neill, who this was his first film debut, who was in Modern Family, James Remar from Warriors. Funny thing is, this movie was released a year after James Remar did the movie Warriors, another New York City movie. And we also got, who else we got? Mike Starr from Dumb and Dumber, Joe Spinell from The Godfather, Rocky, and Maniac. Oh, when he was doing this movie, and after it's done, he used his salary to go make another New York City movie, a horror flick called Maniac. If you guys never seen an Al Pacino movie, this is one of the movies you guys should really check out. And also, interesting fact about this movie is Al Pacino was not the first choice to play as the cop. Richard Gere was. But Friedkin went with Al Pacino because he's done really great films like Serpico, the Godfather movies at that time. And honestly, I think he made the right choice. Al Pacino did a beautiful job. Definitely worth checking out. And the last one I watched was a Ridley Scott film called 1492, Conquest of Paradise, which stars Gerard Depardieu, Armand Assante, and Sigourney Weaver. And this movie is about a story of Christopher Columbus journeying to the New World and keeping peace with the Indians. I never even heard this movie until I watched an interview with Armand Assante. I knew he did another Ridley Scott film called American Gangster, which that's a movie you guys should check out as well. Anyway, during this interview, while he was making the movie, Armand Assante caught the pneumonia. And despite having the pneumonia and being 104 fever and passing out a couple times, he did his character really well, and you could not tell he had a fever. He didn't look sick when he was doing the movie, probably because of the makeup. And after this movie was released, he was expected to do another movie, which the movie was called Hoffa with Jack Nicholson and Danny DeVito. Also, Hoffa was directed by and produced by Danny DeVito. And he tried to walk away from the film because of his pneumonia. And on top of that, it got to the point that he was starting to have anxiety and panic attacks. And he said, I can't do the movie. I can't do the movie to Danny DeVito. But Danny DeVito wanted him in Hoffa. And he was also doing that film with 104 Fever as well. Another good movie to check out. But I really did enjoy this movie. I knew I was going to like this movie. You can't go wrong with Ridley Scott. Look at his work on Gladiator, Alien, and American Gangster as well. And I really love the cinematography and the score by Vangelis, if I'm pronouncing his name correctly. Hans Zimmer was originally going to do the score, but Vangelis did an excellent job as well. Either way, the score was going to be excellent. And a lot of good people in this movie as well. We got Mark Margolis from Scarface, Arnold Vosloo from The Mummy, just to name a few. If you guys never seen this movie, I would recommend it. And I love Armando Sante. That's all of my movies that I've watched. I didn't really watch a lot this week. A lot of things were going on, work and stuff. If you guys seen these movies, comment below and let me know what you think of them. Have a good day, everybody.